here at Kenmore Park, live on location. Pretty monumental place right here for me. This is like the mecca of basketball right here for, you know, the whole neighborhood. It's like our mini Rucker Park here, which is why I chose this location. Awesome place. They really redid the whole thing, and I'm proud of what it looks like today. And right now, I'm here with the young 23-year-old councilman. You know what I mean? I'm live on location with the 23-year-old councilman, Delvin Moody, who is involved in the Gear Up program at NVCC. Also, he's in graduate school at Colgate University studying religion. He's also into a lot of ministry. Awesome dude. My family, my cousin also. Cornhill native, and like I said, 5th Ward, Cornhill, newly elected councilman.
Yeah.
Delvin Moody.
That's right. That's right.
So Delvin, growing up in this neighborhood, what motivated you to be more than this neighborhood and above what some of the things that you grew up seeing in this neighborhood?
You know, I think the greatest thing about Cornhill is that we have tremendous opportunity. And I know opportunity is like an abstract term, but we have tremendous opportunity in that from a young age, I always seen what people threw away, what people seen as negative, as opportunities for growth and development. And so I knew that we had potential to really be like any other part of the city, like a North Utica or South Utica or West Utica. But I knew that potential was only part of the problem. So you need potential, but you have to work at that potential in order to develop it. So potential is like a barometer. It only measures what you could be, right? Mm-hmm. So from a young age, I knew, okay, if I have all this potential, you know, have people, junior frontiers, young scholars saying, doesn't matter what your community is saying about you, doesn't matter what the negative things you see, if you work hard enough, you can make it out. And so that's what motivated me. I would say the greatest motivation was not the good things of the other part of the city, but it was saying that I'm in a unique position to better myself and help my community. So I knew that early on. And I think that's what motivates a lot of people from Cornhill, from the block, if we say. It's the fact that it's not as great as other people say, right? Their perspective. But when I walk around Cornhill, I see opportunity. I don't see an abandoned house. I see a house that someone can buy and redevelop and turn around. I don't see streets that are dilapidated only, but I see streets that if we work hard enough, we can turn them around, we can make them better, we can really build up our cultural diversity and do all the amazing things like any other city in America.
Yeah, all it takes for us to come together to do it. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all. What kind of advice could you give to a young Delvin Moody, somebody growing up in this neighborhood that looks up to a person like you? That's even people our ages. You know, you're 23 years old, I'm 31. What kind of advice could you give to those people to help them elevate to higher heights than to possibly where you are and beyond?
Yeah, wow. I mean, the question is, how much time do we have? You know, so in terms of if I would tell young Delvin, because I made mistakes. You know, even though I'm 23, youngest person ever elected, I still made mistakes along the way, things I wish I would have done better, focused more, paid attention. So what I would tell my young self and anybody else is that it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail.
That's big.
The thing about failing is we don't want to do it. We think it's failure forever, right? So the under part of that is we never take the risk that we should take, right? So what I tell people to fail fast and get up quick, right? And so that's the first thing. Don't be afraid to take the risk, but when you take the risk and it doesn't work out, note it, jot it down, understand what you did wrong that can help you in terms of what you want to do in the future. The other thing is think. I think a lot of people younger than myself, even in my generation, don't take the time and simply think. And from a young age, one of the things that I would do, and I would tell myself again to do more of, is to just sit down, no phone, no TV, pen and paper and think. Think about your next move. Think about your next strategy. Think about your next plan. There's something in scripture that says people perish when there is no vision, right? And so what I believe more than ever is that if you want to motivate, get to the next level, you're trying to get to the bag, you're trying to secure yourself, you're not going to do it through magic. You're not going to do it through luck alone. You got to think, plan, strategize, write it down, have clear direction on where you want to go, and then be okay to take the risk. They say it like this in ATL, scared money don't make money. Right? So sometimes you got to have that personal investment. You got to think big, and you got to know what you're doing and understand that it might not be the most trendy thing. That's the third thing I would tell myself. It might not be the most trendiest thing, but if it's what you're called to do, you do it. But everybody was going playing basketball. That was their thing. That wasn't my thing, right? I knew that basketball was not going to be my claim to fame. So why would I try to demonize myself, put myself down, right? For not being what I'm not called to be. For not being what I'm not called to be. And the biggest mistake that we make amongst ourselves and generations is we put value on ourselves, or we judge ourselves based upon what other people are supposed to be doing, right? Yeah. And if you're not called to do that, I don't care how good it looks on the outside. If you're not called to do that, it's not going to work. So don't be afraid to fail. Think, strategize, plan, and know what you're called to do, and be okay with that. It might not be the most trendiest thing. I was in school reading books. I was in the crib reading the Bible and stuff like that, right? People said, bro, why you reading the Bible? That's stupid. You a little church boy. But now I'm on my way to get a PhD because I read that same Bible, 12 years ago.
Helps you be bigger than the neighborhood. Yeah. He took all the bad things in the neighborhood and basically jet fueled him into being the youngest councilman in this area as ever. 23 years old, unheard of in this area. So my next question. So from your 23-year-old councilman, you're studying religion. You're going to get your master's. You're working with MVCC. You're on top of the world right now.
I guess.
You're in a really good position right now.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Now, I think about that a lot. That's a hard question as to where I see myself 10 years from now. I know I'll be involved. Hopefully 10 years from now, I'll be Dr. Delvin Moody because I have that PhD. But when most people ask me that question, you think about what are you going to do politically, right? Are you going to run for mayor? Are you going to run for Congress in 10 years? Are you going to run for assembly? And I always tell them this, 10 years from now, I hope to be involved, and I hope to have a clear mind enough where I can see a problem and address it. And so academically, hopefully I'll be finishing up a PhD, and politically, who knows? I know there's a 8-year, well, hopefully there'll be an 8-year limit again on being a common council person. So after 8 years, I have to run for something different, and so maybe it'll be mayor or whatever. Who knows what I'll run for in that year? But I'm thinking about what Cornhill right now. And so while 10 years from now we can speculate, I'm more so concerned about the next 10 months.
Yeah, heard you. Yeah, so we're live on location. Like I said, Kimball Park, our Little Rucker Park, with the Young Councilman, 23 years old, youngest councilman in Utica history. Speaking about...
For now, hopefully there's someone coming behind me that's going to be 21 or 22
or
hopefully 19.
Hopefully. He's setting the bar right now. Yeah. He's setting the bar right now. So anybody out there that's looking to be just like this man, it's achievable. He's 23 years old. He's a councilman. He's involved in the community. He's active. I see his signs all over this community, and he's taking the lead. He's young, so he knows what our neighborhood needs, And best of luck to him. This is my family. My cousin, thanks for coming out. And like I said, this is the young Delvin Moody, another young legend in Cornhill. 1544 Oneida.